Hello, welcome to Road FS. Hey guys, Road FS in the house at the Rag Company with Jamie.
Yes. Go, baby.
Welcome. So, you guys are doing something really cool down here. What are we doing?
So we have a 1960 model Jaguar that it took us about 3 weeks to find this thing.
Yeah.
It's been sitting in a guy's barn, been about 40 years. We actually found paperwork in the car where it was actually inspected in 1985.
Wow.
So it was on the road in 1985. And this thing has been like a rat paradise with all kinds of mess. We found it was 12, but now we think he's gone now.
He ran away.
He ran off. He got warm and left. But so we're saying at minimum we found 13 rats in this thing. Dead now. They're all dead. But we have taken the carpet out. We have cleaned the engine, took the wheels off and painted them. Like we have restored this car. So it's really came alive.
Well, and this has never been painted. It's never been wrecked. This is a really nice little car to restore and put back together. I mean, it was a high-end car to start with, the Mark II. You know, you got a straight six-cylinder. I think it's a dual overhead cam engine. 3.8 liter at the time. This thing was the bomb,
the cream. It had to been.
Oh yeah, heaters in the back seat.
Yes,
heaters in the back seat. So really cool Jaguar. You guys picked it up. You've done a ton of work on the paint, the undercarriage, the trunk. The trunk looks phenomenal. So what's left? What are you guys doing after this?
So we actually have an original piece of carpet coming in. It's supposed to be in today. I actually called my guy in my town, and he actually had it shipped here for us. So we have the carpet left. We have to put the seats in it. We have to coat it, and we have to put the wheels back on it. A few little small things to tidy up, but nothing drastic. Like you can see the landing. You know what I mean? We're starting to gear down to land the plane.
Yeah, that's cool. And how long have you guys been doing this? How many days now?
We started Monday, but we really didn't get started till late Monday. So it'll be Tuesday, Wednesday, this should be day 3, really.
Yeah. And I think everybody should there should be a special little attention paid to the fact that you did not shoot those little markers off when polishing the paint.
Nope.
That is a very, very probably crusty piece, and this is 1960, man. This was luxury. I mean, this is, if you get in here, there's wood grain in here. There's leather in here. You know, this was uptown.
Yeah, this was high end, absolutely smooth, silky ride. From my understanding, this lady was like a district attorney or something, or she was something in that realm, and she was traveling up and down the West Coast.
Oh wow!
Doing her deal, right, as a judge or something. Yeah. I don't exactly remember. Gabe would have to tell us.
Yeah, but when you're talking 1960, this thing has 4-wheel disc brakes, and they're not tiny. This is 4-wheel disc brakes. All the things that it's got on here. You got automatic transmission. You got, at the time, killer stereo system right there, man.
Woo. You could see the electricity running through that thing. That would look like the monitor at the hospital. You could see the lines bouncing in that silver, right?
Oh yeah, this was then, and the cool part about this is it's all still intact. I mean, the wood's still there. It's not all torn up or anything like that. I saw the pictures when you guys got it out of the barn, and this is. Let's talk old school paint. This is old school lacquer. This is single stage lacquer. This is not your typical base coat, clear coat.
No.
So this is thick, but at the same time, it's going to have pits that are never going to come out of it.
Exactly right.
So what kind of a process did you go through? How many steps to get to this?
So almost 5 in the washing stage. Oh God. Truthfully, almost 5 in the washing stage. Then we clay mitted it, and then we bounced around checking products, and then we actually ended up with the last cut and a blue microfiber pad. And then we used different machines. Okay, we used a couple of 2 or 3 Rupes. We actually used a flex machine, a corded flex machine too. But we only did a 1-step last cut, and then we're going to wipe it down with panel wipe. And Sydney's here today, so we're going to put stout on it. Just to give it that.
Get a bit of ceramic.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I mean, when people look at something like this, a lot of times people critique it. Well, it's got nicks in it. There's some fading going on. What do we, oh man, that's not great. Hey, the thing with this car is this is original. This is not painted. It's not fixed. There's some dents on it. Those are not just battle scars, but those tell the story. That's history, man.
high quality characteristics.
Yeah, and that's the thing about this. What this type of a quote restoration, it's not about taking it apart and making everything perfect.
No.
It's about making it, preserving it. And this thing's beautiful. I mean, there's not, here in Idaho, we get a lot of
rusting
and stuff like that. And there's not. I mean,
No.
under the areas where this thing should be rusted out, it's just not.
No, you could when we were lifting it up and we had to put these little blocks on the lift, you got to physically get down, look at it, and see that is solid and intact. Like it doesn't even look thin in any place at all. It is solid all the way under the car. And the crazy thing too is I'm sure that it's going to be for road or noise dampening up underneath of it. It has all of these casings around everything, so you don't see anything under it.
Yeah.
So and none of those are rusted. None of those are weird looking. Like it is truly amazing what's under it.
Yeah. Well, and that's what we were just talking to Gabe about, getting this thing running, and it's not far from it. It's got some wiring issues. The rats have been in here chewing on the wires, and they're crusty, but they're still there. And so you can chase this stuff down. Dual carburetors, side draft carburetors, which mechanically they're a nightmare. But they are a nightmare. They come in through the side. They don't come into the top and bottom. But everything is intact. Everything is mechanically here. So to get this running, it's a matter of chasing down like these burnt wires and just replacing it, not having to go, I wonder where that wire goes. So this is cool. This was high end. We're talking polished. We used to call it aircraft aluminum, but polished aluminum intake. The head gaskets, but these are really, it's one cylinder head. This is the cams. This is polished. You got chrome hoses. I mean, this was a cool car in the day, man. This was.
Whew. You rolled up in this, somebody knew you were somebody. Bow. It is a voila, voila.
Oh, yeah. And that, you just look at that grill right there, and I think BMW took a little bit of some hints from the Jaguar age.
I would think so, yes.
So you guys are here. How many more days are you here in town?
I leave tomorrow morning.
Ooh,
11 o'clock-ish or so. So, again, we're winding this thing down. Oh, look, I got to show you my Jamie Riggin 101. So let's see. So we actually had these. These were the old heater hoses, right? This is where we shook our little fella down, right?
Yeah.
He came out. And if you notice, they're all brittle and dry and broken up. So I actually went to the Home Depot. I got some 1/4-inch Milwaukee vacuum hoses.
Oh, there you go.
Inverted them, put them right in there.
That's freaking awesome.
Yeah, and they had heaters in the back. That's the cool thing, is the heaters are in the back. The thing about that is this is originally what they did. These are, and you can feel the moisture in them. These were paper, but they had a little bit of metal in them, but they're a paper hose, and so the moisture would just destroy these things.
Yeah.
Every car that had those paper hoses, it would be destroyed.
It just disintegrate.
Yeah, yes, sir.
So is this kind of a new thing that you're doing with the Rat Company, where you guys are finding the whole barn find and restoring it? Or?
Well, that's what we've been talking about, and then we finally made it happen, okay? So it was like, oh, I'm going to tell you this too. When they pulled it in, everybody was like, just burn it. We don't even want to touch it. We don't even know where to start. We was like, no, just let us get started. And then after a long day one, it was like, I would have never have dreamt that. I would have never have thought that. And now it's, it is so coming around, and it is so happening.
Yeah, this is one of those things, as somebody that used to restore cars, just the mechanical nature of what this does. I mean, you've got wing windows that are on the back side of the window to draw air in, and they still work, and there's a seal in there, and it's all pretty.
It's all intact. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It is all intact.
This is some fun stuff, man. So this is awesome. I'm glad you guys are doing this, because there's a lot of times where this car just would have rotted.
Oh yeah,
just would have stayed there and rotted. So, and now you get to see some of the Idaho barn cars.
And again, it's way different than our barn cars, right? It's way different of the dirt that was on it. Like ours gets moss, which is black or green.
Yeah,
it gets a real thick pasty film on it, where this was just dry dust and cobwebs, like you know how you do for Halloween, and you'll dress stuff up and spray the cobweb stuff. That's how this was. It was just thick on it, and you were like, that had to be a big spider.
Yeah,
because it was just heavily thick.
Oh yeah,
like they set something on it.
Yeah,
and it
there's something
drizzled
set
some
on there,
acid or
drizzle it on
something.
there a little bit. You can kind of see it. Jody, you want to come over here just to kind of hit on some of these areas if you can pick them up, just to kind of give people the what lacquer does, right? This is some contaminants that have damaged the paint, and then if you look up in here and you see all the pop that's going on. But this is typical of lacquer right here with all these scratches. This is just years of somebody scratching something across the roof, and that it's a thicker paint, but it's hard. It's really hard.
Mhm.
That's why we're talking microfiber pads and Final Cut just to burn through that
Just
stuff,
to
baby.
get it. And we really thought it was a cream color, but it's almost yellow now.
Yeah.
Almost
Yeah.
yellow. So it's like we honestly we weren't expected to have that much of a shine, but now it's like, oh my, yes,
Amazing what
Oh,
happens
yeah.
in the hands of the master.
that's right.
That's right. So
That
this
is
is
right.
you guys are putting together a ton of content. This will all be out there. People will be able to see this
Yes.
car. But this is I'm just amazed. This is fantastic.
Mhm.
Fantastic. So things going good there in Morganton?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is just leaps and bounds, growing pains. I'm actually going to be stepping away from day to day at the end of this year and just working on things like this, working on the business, partnering up with people, making things happen. We got a lot of stuff in the pipeline.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah. But
All right, man. That's cool. So let's just wrap this up by saying, hey, tune in to the Rag Company and this and the Road FS, because we're gonna be doing some stuff on here. It's gonna be fun.
yes,
Just
sir.
man, 2025 is gonna be phenomenal. Well, this is not our year-end podcast, but it could be. It's a highlight of the year-end with Jamie in
That's
person.
right. That's
One of our favorite people.
in Idaho, baby. Look
right.
at that.
Right here. So you got tune in, go subscribe, share this, because this is going to be cool when it's done, man.
Yeah.
All right.